So we are back in my makeup space and we're going to carry on with my perfume collection. So this is going to be part two of the collection video. If you haven't seen part one, it will be linked down below and also linked up in the cards. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, I am Medea J and this video is pretty much my perfume collection video. I am going to be sharing some quick thoughts about my fragrances. Um, Collection has changed up a little bit, but I do know the fragrances that are new to the collection and where I stopped, so we will carry on from there. I also believe that there will be another part, so there might be a part three, but we'll know more as I carry on. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to see more about my collection and fragrances that I have in it, then definitely keep on watching and make sure you subscribe and share the video. And let's jump right in. Okay, so since the last time I recorded, I started recording the blues and purples, but we're going to take a little pause on that one because I purchased a few fragrances which are new to the collection. And as you can see, I have sort of reordered this because this is a couple of weeks later that I'm recording this part two. So the fragrances might look a little bit different because I did move fragrances around to accommodate the newer ones that I added to my collection. So we're going to go through the newer ones on this side of the room first, and then we'll carry on with the third shelf, which has my blues and purples. So one of the newer perfumes that I added to the collection right smack in front is Wet Cherry Liquor by Boho Boko. Like I said a few times already, definitely follow me on TikTok because I do have reviews of most of these fragrances on my TikTok. But last year was the year of cherry fragrances. We're seeing more cherry fragrances coming out now still. But last year we had a huge influx of cherry fragrances. And I sampled this thanks to one of my sis on TikTok and I immediately fell in love. I was slow to get on the cherry craze just because of how medicinal cherry can come off. But then this one is a very, very sweet cherry fragrance. It's a floral fruity gourmand, so really sweet, really decadent type of fragrance. So if you're a little bit wary of cherry scents in fragrances, I would say this is probably your best buy in terms of introducing yourself to cherry scents. It also has liquor in it, so it kind of gives it like a boozy cherry flavor. There's also strawberry, there's caramel, there's Turkish rose that kind of give it the sweetness, and then there's vanilla, there's tonka wood, which sort of gives it its earthy, woody, nutty type of dry down, which I really, really do love in this fragrance. The bottle as well is very, very elegant. It's a gorgeous scent. Now, this is, I believe, a 50 ml bottle. Yeah, this is a 50 ml bottle. I haven't seen it come in 100 ml. To be honest, the fragrances from the Boho Boko all come in this sort of style, which is very minimalistic, very beautiful. The attention is definitely on the color of the juice, which I love. So this is a new addition, but for me, I would say it's definitely a safer blind buy cherry fragrance than any of the other cherry fragrances that I've tried. So next up, I got my hands on another Nishane fragrance. This again is a niche house. So this is the Nishane Zene. I say another like as if you've seen one. I do have Ani, which is on the other side of the room. So we will get to that at some point. But this fragrance was love at first sniff for me, just because I really love citrus, vanilla, just really citrus, really fruity citrus scents. And this one gives me everything and more. Plus, it's so long lasting, it's incredible. This is an amber floral fragrance. Like I said, there's grapefruit at the top, so it really gives it its tart, sour, sweet citrus kick. There's also rhubarb in this one, so the fruitiness is a little bit more unique than some of the other floral fruity fragrances. There's blackcurrant, there's vanilla in the dry down, there's Turkish rose, there's gardenia, This is a very unique scent to me. I don't believe I've got anything like it in my collection. I absolutely love the way it evolves over time. It's definitely not one note. I would definitely say you should sample this one. This isn't a floral fruity fragrance that I would say is a blind buy, just because of how sour and citrus that note is. It is beautiful to my nose. I absolutely love the combination. So yeah, I definitely had to pick up this one. Just once I sampled it, I knew I had to get a full-size bottle. Full size meaning 50 ml, because these perfumes are not cheap. It almost looks like I added a lot of red bottle fragrances, but I promise you it wasn't intentional. These are fragrances that I did get to sample thanks to the lovely ladies on TikTok who blessed me with samples. This one, however, came with my vanilla orchid from Floral Street. So I did get to sample this one when I purchased vanilla orchid. And this one is the electric rhubarb by Floral Street. If I didn't mention the name of the previous one, it's Nishane Zene, and it's an extrait. This one is electric rhubarb from Floral Street. It's a really pretty aromatic floral type of fragrance. I'll say it's a fruity floral fragrance. This one also has rhubarb, but what's really funny is the rhubarb in this one smells a little bit more white floral leaning. So I want to say maybe the rhubarb isn't as much as Zene, for example. So I smell more of the white floral notes than the rhubarb. But the opening is very, very fruity, very punchy, very fun. I really, really love how fresh it sort of smells. I almost feel like I need to spray it just to give, sometimes you have to just spray it so that you can remember what it smells like. Yeah, exactly that. So it does have like a really fresh sea water type of notes. If that's even a note, but like that sea air type of smell, and the rhubarb just makes it a little bit sweeter, and then you've got those floral notes. It is very pretty. It's a moderate type of performance, moderate projection. It's just one of those summer types of scents, like spring summer scents that you spray, you forget about it, and it's fresh, fruity type of scent. So I do like it. I enjoyed it when I sampled it, so I definitely had to pick up a full-size bottle. Right, so I'm just gonna move this up a little bit so that you can see the upper layer, but I think I'm pretty much caught up with the newer scents that I added to my collection on these rolls. I do believe, I can't remember because I haven't edited the footage, but I do believe that I talked about Alien Goddess. But if I didn't, I do have Alien Goddess. I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm not going to repeat myself. So let's move this up a little bit. So as you can see from here, I did move the orange bottles up here because I had more space. So I've got orange, I've got green, blue, and I've got purple. Just to show you what it looks like. I do still have some fragrances at the top, so we will get to that as well. But I wanted to show you how they sit. And now I'm going to bring you back down, or else my arm is going to break. And we'll go through the ones that I didn't record when I was doing part 2. So let's go anyway. Let's go. Okay, next up I've got the Ellie Saab Girl of Now Shine. First of all, I do love the bottle of this fragrance. I think it's very pretty. And I did blind buy this fragrance and I am so in love with it. This is an amber floral fragrance. It is very, very sweet. I do love the opening of this. It's sweet, it's fruity. There are notes like pineapple. There's mandarin orange, which is one of my favorites. There's pear. It does also have a nuttiness to it. There's bitter almond. There is white florals in it. So you've got jasmine. You've got orange blossom. There's vanilla. There's patchouli iris. It has a really, really good balance of fragrances. So I do get sweetness, I get fruitiness, I get nuttiness, and I get a little bit of citrus, and it does have such a beautiful feminine dry down. This is absolutely one of the many favorites from a lot of girls who have sampled this fragrance. It's very pretty, very feminine. It goes along the likes of like your Black Opium, your Chanel, your L'Entredit, your La Vie est Belle. Like it's within that range of pretty girl types of fragrances. The performance on this as well isn't bad. You do get around average performance, which is pretty. It's all right, for what it is. It's a beautiful fragrance, and I do enjoy wearing it. You can definitely see where the level is, but this is like one of my like typical everyday crowd pleaser type of fragrances. I don't think too much. I know no matter when I wear it, it will not offend anyone. Everyone will think the person wearing it is very pretty, very feminine, girly. So I do reach for her quite a bit. Next up is BDK Velvet Tonka. I will say that Velvet Tonka was one of my favorite fragrances of 2022. Definitely you can see from the dent, it isn't the cheapest fragrance, so I do try to use it sparingly because it's such a beautiful scent. It's very, very easy to keep using it over and over until it finishes. It has a really beautiful vanilla opening to it. It does have almond, it's sweet, it's nutty, it's warm, very comforting fragrance in my opinion. It is a I would class it as a floral fragrance, absolutely. But I would say it's more of like your warmer type of floral scent. Like I said, there's almond in this one, there's orange blossom, which is one of my favorites, there's vanilla, there's tobacco, there's tonka, which gives it its warmth. Yeah, it's very unique. I do get a bit of powderiness in it when it does dry down. I know some people say they don't smell like a powdery note to it, but it could just be the white floral. I just kind of get a bit of powderiness from it or a bit of woodiness from it. But either way, it is a crowd pleaser, compliment grabber. The performance on this one is fantastic. Definitely way above average. You will get at least 7 hours wearing this fragrance, which is gorgeous. It does have a really nice projection and central as well. It's definitely one of my boss babe types of fragrances. I like to wear it in autumn, in winter, just because of how warm and comforting it smells. Plus the vanilla in this one kind of gives me like a boozy type of vanilla, which I personally love. Next up, I've got Valentino Voce Viva Intensa. And this one was definitely love at first sniff. It reminds me of like a summer party, like champagne, bubbly type of party. It gives me that bubbly feel. It is an amber floral fragrance. There are a lot of beautiful notes in this one as well. There's mandarin orange, bergamot. I do love citrus. I do love some sweetness. There's orange blossom. There's bourbon vanilla in this one. But I do feel like this fragrance is very bright. It's very happy. And it has a little bit of booziness to me. That's kind of what I get. So it's almost like a bright champagne cocktail cocktail mix. That's what I get from this fragrance. It's very sweet, and it's one of my favorite fragrances to wear in the summertime. Plus the bottle is just so pretty. I believe this is the 100 ml. Yeah, this is the 100 ml bottle. You do get spikes on the top. They're harmless, bit of red on there, and the style of this is beautiful. There is the normal Voce Viva, but this is the intense one. I don't have the original Voce Viva. I have this one and I love it, and I do feel like the performance of this for a floral fruity fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. I love the performance. I love the projection. I think for how bright and beautiful it is, it gives what it needs to give. Plus the color of the juice, the bottle, everything is just really exciting. Next up is Choco Musk, and this is a Middle Eastern Arab scent. And this is Al Rehab Perfumes. This went viral, I will say, on TikTok. It is a very decadent chocolate, vanilla, warm, comforting, really indulgent type of smell. I would definitely class it as like an amber vanilla fragrance with a bit of, or maybe gourmand even, just because of how sweet it is. There's milk chocolate in this one. There is vanilla, spicy. There's a bit of spicy kick to it, cinnamon. It's a very inexpensive fragrance. It pulls its weight for what it is. You get a lot of performance. Like the performance on this one is crazy. It is long lasting. It projects really, really nicely. At the time when I purchased it, it was shy of £10. I don't know how much it is now, but definitely check my Amazon storefront, which is linked in the description box if you're looking for it. I got mine off Amazon, and so I've got it linked on my storefront. But it's just a really inexpensive, gourmand, decadent type of fragrance. So if you love chocolate and if you have a sweet tooth and you love some creaminess, then this one is good. I love wearing this to bed. I also love combining it with some of my other sharper type of fragrances that I want to bring some sweetness to, but like your creamy type of sweetness too. So yeah, this is a good mixing fragrance and it's a beautiful standalone scent as well. So this is a Next fragrance. This is one of the collections of Next fragrances that I've shown you already. So this one is called Whispers of the Forest. It's an eau de parfum. I believe there's a candle. I believe there's a candle for each one, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a candle for this one. It's a fresh, I'd say it's a fresh, slightly spicy type of fragrance. There's cypress, there's pink pepper, there's lavender, I want to say, in this fragrance. There are a couple of other notes. It's very fresh, in my opinion, slightly spicy fresh. Again, Whispers of the Forest, I think it's supposed to mimic the name, so very earthy, aromatic type of scent. I like it. It's a very, very different scent profile to what I'm used to, and so I like this one. It's very fresh. I think I'm going to wear it during the spring summer months. So yeah. Next up, I've got Eva Pura. Eva Pura is a Georgia fragrance. This was the first Georgia fragrance that I ever purchased, and I was completely influenced by my fragrance sisters, most especially Nana. She's beautiful. She's a gorgeous TikToker. So I'll put all these people in the description box because I really do want you to follow them because they're amazing. This is one of her favorite fragrances, and I completely understand why. It's a gorgeous scent. It's a fruity scent. It's citrus, it's powdery. The vanilla is gorgeous. There is a dupe which I decluttered and I mentioned it in the video that it's a dupe for Eva Pura, but I prefer Eva Pura. I feel like it's juicier. It's definitely longer lasting. The fruitiness definitely comes through. It's very comforting to me. Some of the notes include lemon, bergamot, again, my favorite citruses. There's Sicilian orange, there's vanilla, again, what I love. There's amber. The powderiness of this one is what makes it a very divine, gorgeous scent, just because it's like a juicy powdery scent, and the citrus as well is really well blended with the vanilla. Everything about this fragrance is elegance in a bottle. Again, this would be a really nice bridal scent, a really nice special occasion type of fragrance. So if you're looking for like that fragrance that you're gonna get compliments, you're definitely gonna get compliments. People are definitely gonna ask you what you're wearing, and the performance on this is really, really good, and the scent trail and the projection is fantastic. I always get compliments whenever I wear this fragrance, so much so that I was wearing it a lot at one point and I had to just stop because it's expensive. You know, you don't want to just use it all up. So I definitely recommend this. This is, if I was to rate my Georgia fragrances, this would be one of my top 3 for sure. Next up, I've got Mercurial Cashmere by Electimus Perfumes. Can we just give a round of applause for the bottle? You don't want to underestimate how heavy this fragrance is. Everything about this fragrance screams luxury, but at an affordable price. Honestly, for a niche fragrance. It's so affordable, it's ridiculous. I've paid more money for cheaper looking packaging than this one. Plus, the fragrance is fantastic. So, Fumi Monet was the one that influenced me to purchase this. Electimus perfumes, I think they're based in the UK because I can get them quite easily and it's in pounds. It's a soft powdery fragrance, vanilla as well. The tuberose in this is delicious. It's sweet. It's the caramel is gorgeous. I feel like this is one of those boss babe type of fragrances, but almost like your I'm strong in the boardroom, but honestly, I'm a sweetheart, in real life type of situation. I just kind of feel like there's a lot of power that comes from this fragrance, but still a little bit of innocence and elegance that comes through as well. It has a bunch of notes, but some of my favorites include vanilla, tuberose, there's bergamot, there's pink pepper, there's caramel, there's tonka bean, there's agarwood oud, but the oud is not overpowering. It's very, very subtle in this one. I don't know what else to say. It's a gorgeous scent. I do have a review broken down, with the opening and all of that good stuff on my TikTok, so definitely check it out. I have a whole playlist on my TikTok for perfume reviews, so make sure that you check it out. It just makes it a lot easier for you to see what I've already reviewed on TikTok. Maybe over time, I will start pulling the videos to my YouTube shorts just so that they're here as well for easy access. But if you can, definitely head over to my TikTok. This is definitely one of my favorite fragrances of 2022. So much so that I have a backup bottle of this fragrance because of how gorgeous it is. So yeah, I highly dropping everything. I highly, highly recommend this scent. Next up, I've got my Versace fragrance. So this is the Versace Parfum Dylan Blue. And when this came out, I was totally obsessed with this fragrance. This is such a good workplace friendly fragrance. It's not gonna offend anybody. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's a fruity floral fragrance. It's sweet. It's just delicious, when something is just too good and you will get compliments and it's just, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I love it. There's Granny Smith apple in this one. There's peach, there's rose, jasmine, there's musk, there's patchouli. There are other notes in this, but what I do say is it's such a good everyday fragrance. Like no brainer, just pick up and go. The performance is about average for the projection and for the longevity, but I mean the bottle. I don't know it's just a really nice fragrance. I love it, and I love to wear it during spring, summer because of how fruity and bubbly it is. So yeah, I definitely recommend this if you're looking for an office fragrance. I do have another one, which is Dylan Turquoise. Can we just take a minute to appreciate the gorgeousness of this bottle? It's just so pretty. So this one is citrus. This is a powerhouse citrus fragrance. It's floral. It's slightly powdery, I'll say, but definitely the citrus nature of this fragrance is what makes it gorgeous. It is a floral fruity fragrance in its right. There's lemon, there's mandarin orange, pink pepper to give it a bit of a slight spicy kick. There's jasmine, there's guava, there's musk, there's cedar. This is definitely a spring fragrance for me. It's very fresh. Yeah, very fresh. The citrus is delicious in this one. Again, another everyday spring fragrance that I recommend. You can wear it to the office, you can wear it out and about. It's a no-brainer fragrance, really well done by Versace, and I appreciate the bottle. It's so cute that I was gifted this by Tolu, and it has a little baby. It's just so cute. Look at the little baby. It's so cute. So this one goes into my purse, and then this one is the big boy. So yeah. Next up is Zara Lightly Bloom. There's nothing much to say about this fragrance. I feel like it's an easygoing floral, fruity floral fragrance. It's fresh. Mm. It's fresh. It gives me beach vibes, you know. Just a really nice everyday fragrance. There's nothing unique about it. I like to wear it during spring, during summer, you know, just when I go out, just as a, you know, I'm running to the store, I just pick something up to give me a nice, fresh, refresh type of scent. Yeah, there's nothing amazing about it. It's just an easygoing fragrance, very easygoing. Next up, I've got my second Ellie Sab fragrance in Girl of Now. And this is a slightly bigger bottle to the Girl of Now Shine that I showed you on the previous layer. I hate seeing fingerprints on my bottles, but it's inevitable, isn't it, to have fingerprints? But yeah, this is a sweet, fruity, vanilla, floral type of fragrance. It's got a bit of woodiness to it, slight nuttiness. I'm not gonna lie, it does kind of remind me of La Vie Belle. Mm. Like La Vie Belle, YSL, Black Opium, if they had a baby kind of vibe. That's what I get for this. And I love La Vie Belle, so I don't have a problem having this. You can see that I've used it quite a few times. I just can't deny that it gives me that vibe. So there's pear, there's mandarin orange, there's almond, orange blossom, there's tonka bean, there's patchouli. I feel like the performance of this is definitely above average. You will get 6 hours or more. The central as well is pretty good. It's a very nice fragrance. It's a sweet fragrance. I don't have a problem. The dry down is well rounded. It performs really nicely. It's a good everyday easygoing type of fragrance, very much enjoyable, and I love this particular range from Elisab. I know she's got other ones, but I haven't tested those. But so far, the two that I've blind bought, because I've literally not even tested them before buying, I've not been disappointed. What it said it smells like is exactly what I get. So if you love La Vie Belle and you love YSL Black Opium, you might want to consider this one. As I said, it's like a combination of both, but it's got its own identity. It's just very familiar to me, but it's a really nice everyday fragrance as well. Next up is the most sentimental fragrance in my collection. My husband got this for me many years ago, like many years ago, and I've kept it. I've gently used it. Especially when it got discontinued, it's come back in stock. Like they've come back with it. They came back with it last year, and so yeah, you can get your hands on it. But when it got discontinued, it was like a gem. Like to get your hands on this fragrance was almost impossible. But anyway, this fragrance and Floral Street Wild Vanilla Orchid are very similar to me. I feel like the DNA is very similar. It's very it gives off the same vanilla type of vibe, which I absolutely love. So this is woody, fruity, powdery, it's warm, it's a little bit spicy. There's saffron in this. You know, I always tell you with saffron, there's plum, there's orris, there's Bulgarian rose, there's jasmine, there's vetiver in this, there's orris. It's very unique, you know, and it's very strange that there is no vanilla listed in this fragrance, at least that I've come across, but I could swear that I smell vanilla in the scent. So I don't know what is giving off a vanilla type of essence or vanilla vibe, but there's something that is creamy, almost lactonic in this that is just, yeah, giving me that vanilla essence. Anyway, this one has a lot of sentimental value. It's like a little handbag. Take off the head, but then it's got like a little bag strap with a bit of a tassel going on, you know, like a little handbag. It's just the cutest thing ever. It's a pain to store, it's a pain to display just because of the bag and because of the tassel, but You can't deny that she's gorgeous. All right, so I got the pleasure of testing this one during spring summer last year, and I'm so appreciative to the company that sent it to me. I absolutely love this fragrance. I ranked it as one of my favorite fragrances of 2022 just because I never thought that I would like a scent profile like this, but honestly, the compliments that I got wearing this fragrance has just been insane. I was on holiday, I tested it out, and I went to the beach and spent a couple of days there. And honestly, I thought the fresh air and the seawater, everything would just mask the smell of this fragrance. But it complemented the smell of this fragrance beautifully, and I got so many compliments. So it's very aromatic, it's green, it's slightly powdery. The citrus in this is gorgeous. It's a beautiful floral scent. There's grapefruit, there's gooseberry, there's broom, there's violet, there's cedar, there's musk, there's tea tree oil. There's so many unique notes, things I've never smelled before, but the combination gives me that kind of fresh, slightly spicy, slightly powdery, green, aquatic, that kind of like sea air type of vibe with a bit of woodiness to it. I mean, I love it. I've described it, I've reviewed it on my TikTok as best as I could, but honestly, get your nose on it. This is the Daisy Marc Jacobs, also Fresh Skies. I highly recommend it. I've tested a few other Marc Jacobs fragrances, but this one to me is very unique, and I just love it. You can see from the dent. Like I wore this during spring summer a lot, and I'll definitely be wearing it again this year because it's, aside from how pretty the bottle is, the scent itself is very delicate but still very powerful, very present, which is kind of what I like about it. All right, so the next one I've got is another next fragrance, again from that range of fragrances, and this one is called A Day in the Clouds. This one is a very floral green type of fresh light fragrance. Again, it's something I would wear during spring. It's crisp, it's got some citrus notes to it. There's pear, there's mandarin, there's pink pepper, there's water lily in it. There's, yeah, it's just fresh. Fresh in a bottle. So if you like fresh girl scents, this is definitely the one for you to try from the range. I like it. It's very clean, very aquatic in its nature, and it's something, yeah, something I'm definitely going to wear during spring just because of how easygoing it is. So, and I love how cute these bottles are. They're so cute. Okay, so next up is Zara Go Fruity, and this one is one of the first Zara fragrances I purchased, and I absolutely love the fruitiness of this. It's almost finished actually. I don't have that much left. But it does have a synthetic background now that I've tried so many other fragrances, but it's still a banger. It's still a really nice fruity fragrance, very delicious. It does last not as long as you would want it to, but I mean, for Zara, it does last. The fruity nature of it is very delicious, very sweet. I wear this to bed a lot, and special time with my husband because he loves fruity, sweet fragrances on me. They just smell very delectable. So this is one that I wear to bed. It's not much to say other than it's a really fruity, really fruity fragrance. Next up, I've got Lancome La Nuit Trésor, and I believe this is being discontinued. Don't quote me, but I do believe it's being discontinued. I like to display mine like this, and people always ask me why I do that. It's because when I display it like this, it takes minimal space as opposed to on the side or any other way. So yeah, so I like to display mine. This is a fruity fragrance, gorgeous fruity fragrance with delicious vanilla. It's very seductive in my opinion. It is a sweet, floral, creamy fragrance. It's got bergamot, there's raspberry, there's lychee, delicious fruits at the top. There's rose, there's olibanum. Olibanum is almost like a woody, spicy type of scent, which really goes well with a lot of fruity fragrances, I notice. There's vanilla, there's patchouli. It's a sweet, sensual fragrance. It's a really nice date night scent. I like to wear it out. I also like to wear it to bed. It's very versatile in that nature. The vanilla is very, very creamy. It is definitely one of my favorite vanilla, understated vanilla fragrances that I love. This is Initio. So this is one of two Initio fragrances I have in my collection, and it's a Perfume. And this one is called Side Effect. This has booziness to it with some vanilla, there's tobacco, it's spicy, there's cinnamon, slightly powdery, it's earthy, it's woody, it's warm. It's an amber fragrance that I am obsessed with. So there's rum, there's vanilla, there's tobacco, there's cinnamon in this fragrance. The performance on this is insane. It's so, so long lasting. The central is amazing as well. And this is one of those scents that it's delicious, it's boozy. However, I would recommend that you don't blind buy it. I think you need to have a bit of appreciation for scents like this because they're very mature, and you need to kind of wear it a few times to really see if you like it. But yeah, I tested it out. I was blessed to have Perfume sisters who sent me samples to test out, so I didn't blind buy this. I tested it out. It was love at first sniff, but it's because I love boozy fragrances. I love vanilla boozy scents, and it really, really reminds me of Invite Only. It's not the same, but kind of reminds me of that vibe. I wear this for to so many places. I wear it out, I wear it for date night, I wear it to interviews, for meeting up with friends. It's a very versatile. It depends on um the attitude that you want to portray. You know, you wear the fragrance doesn't wear you. So yeah, I like it just because of the versatility and the fact that I wear it for so many occasions if I don't break my camera. And then I've got another Zara. All right, so this next one is Zara Vibrant Leather. It's an Eau de Parfum. And the fragrances that came in the style of packaging for Zara definitely are longer lasting in my opinion. And I do like this. And please do not get intimidated by the word leather that is used in this fragrance. I feel like the leather in this scent has been, or rather was balanced really, really well. I need to spray it to remember, but I'm pretty sure. Because leather intimidates me as well, but I feel like it being citrusy, slightly spicy, and woody kind of balances out the leather in this one, and it's not overpowering. So it's a very simple, yeah, simple notes. You've got bergamot, there's bamboo, there's leather, and I love it. You can see from the dent. I like to wear it during spring, summer. It's very fresh. I feel like citrus scents always give me that kind of fresh vibe. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites in this style from Zara. If you can still get your hands on it, I absolutely recommend it, especially if you love citrus scents with a bit of woodiness to it, you know, a bit of earthiness to it. You could definitely get that vibe going. All right, so Jasmine Wisp. When this came out, everybody wanted it, including me, and you can see where the dent is. This is one of my favorite summer fragrances. It's very bubbly, in my opinion. It's fruity, it's sweet, it's tropical, citrus. There's vanilla in it. It's slightly powdery. And I mean ever so slightly. I just feel like it's bright and very fun, tropical vibes going on, giving you that island girl, tropical, bubbly nature. Lots of beautiful notes in this one. There's lemon, there's mandarin, orange, grapefruit, passion fruit, pear, peach, white flowers, coconut, vanilla, tonka bean, amber. What's not to love? It's very bubbly. I love this fragrance. I love to pull it out during summer. It's another one that is linked. Oh, it's so delicious. It's another one that is linked in my Amazon storefront. The packaging on this as well, the box it came in, is very, very luxe compared to the price point. So I don't know how expensive it is now, but when I purchased it, it was super cheap. And the price point just, I mean, the packaging is just amazing. Wooden box packaging, and the scent as well is just stunning. This is one of those fragrances that I believe I'll keep repurchasing because of the profile. Is perfect for summer. It gives you that happy vibe that I love during summer. I absolutely recommend that one. Next is Prada Candy Night. And this is a very mysterious scent to me. And I feel like I can only wear it in specific situations. Like if it's super, super cold and I'm outdoors, or it's raining and I'm outdoors. I just can't wear it at home or in an enclosed space. I don't know what it is, but it is a specific situation. I love the fragrance, but I just can't reach for it like an everyday scent. It's spicy. There's chocolate in this one, or cacao in this one, which kind of gives it that sweet creamy nature, but almost like a bitter nature to it as well. It's very difficult to describe. There's a bit of citrus to it as well. As I said, it's a little bit spicy, it's warm. Some of the notes include iris, bitter orange, neroli, there's vanilla, there's tonka bean, there's chocolate, there's patchouli. I just feel like it's just very particular. It's not something I would just reach for whenever I like. The performance is moderate, the projection as well is moderate, the central is moderate. It's just, yeah, I don't know, it's just very unique. I almost feel like if I overspray it, I feel sick, and I need to be outdoors when I wear this fragrance. So yeah, it's just a unique one for me. Very unique. Definitely not a blind buy worthy fragrance at all. You definitely have to try it. I did blind buy it, and I have learned when to wear it and appreciate it and love it. And I always still get compliments, which is really bizarre as well. I feel like it doesn't smell the best, but I always get compliments. So it's doing something right. I've got is Alien by Mugler, and this is a sample. I haven't tested this out. I don't know what to tell you, but this is what it looks like. It's super cute. I'm yet to test it out. I'm yet to even smell it. I don't know if I'll like it, but yeah, I just display it because it's purple and it's cute and it just fits at the top. So next up is Billie Eilish. So this is Eilish by Billie Eilish. And when this came out, I think everyone was sort of blown away by the bottle. I know I was. Piece of sculpture. I believe this is supposed to mimic Billie Eilish's body. I do believe it's a very beautiful fragrance, especially as you can use the bottle once the fragrance is done. So you literally pull the head off and then you've got the scent. You can see that mine is almost out because of how yummy this fragrance is. So I do use it quite a lot. It has some vanilla. It is very sweet. It's warm. It's got chocolate essence to it. It's has a little bit of a powdery finish to it as well. I'll definitely say this is a warm vanilla fragrance, like an amber fragrance. There's some beautiful notes in this one as well. There is mandarin orange, which is obviously, like I've said a million times, one of my favorites. There's vanilla, there's cacao, there's spicy notes, there's tonka bean, there's amber, there's vanilla in this one, woody notes as well. When I spray this fragrance, I get sweet cocoa, like sweet warmth, with a bit of creaminess to it. It is a very beautiful scent. I don't know how else to describe it other than it's very decadent and it's very pretty, very soft type of scent. I love wearing this fragrance to bed or when I'm just chilling at home, just because of how cozy this scent is. The only thing that lets it down a little bit is the performance. I would say it is, depending on how much you spray, you will get a couple of hours. It's like a moderate type of performance, which is a little bit sad because of how beautiful the fragrance is. However, When I do show you the other side of my collection, there is a dupe that is better performing and very strong. But yeah, it's a warm vanilla that I absolutely love. And I do recommend this scent if you are the type of person that you don't want something too strong, but you want something that's warm and cozy, gives you that sweet, creamy vanilla with a bit of cacao in it, then definitely this fragrance is for you. Smell it if you can. I do recommend it, and it's one that I would probably repurchase. In as much as I love the dupe, I still love the softness that this one gives, and I will definitely repurchase this one. Next up is one of my favorite fragrances from Burberry. This is my Burberry Black Burberry. And this is an amber floral type of fragrance. It does have some warmth to it, and the floral notes are gorgeous. Now, this was the perfumer behind this is Francis Dijon. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing his name properly, but he's the nose behind Baccarat Rouge and the Nina Ricci fragrance. So he does have a really gorgeous nose, and every fragrance that he's come out with that I've got my nose on, I have loved. And this one is no different. I love this fragrance. There is peach in this one, there's a bit of rose, there's amber, there's jasmine. It does open up very warm, very fruity, very soft. You do get, I call rose like a minty type of scent. So you do get a little bit of that. There is the white floral. It is very cozy. It is definitely one of my favorites from Burberry, and I do believe that the performance on this one as well is amazing. Like, this one will last you a good a good couple of hours and will stay in your clothes. And I do love the design of the bottle. This is the 100 ml. No, this is the 90 ml. This is the biggest bottle, I believe, and it's definitely one that I would repurchase once I'm out. There is the normal My Burberry by Burberry, which I've repurchased a few times, which is on the other side of the room. But this entire range from Burberry is definitely a favorite of mine. Next up, I've got the Nina Ricci Lextas fragrance, and this one again, like I said, the nose behind this is Francis Dijon, and if you can get your hands on this fragrance, I recommend that you purchase it. It's discontinued, it's very difficult to find, but if you can get your hands on it, I promise you, you will not be disappointed if you love amber floral fragrances. It is everything. It has so many notes in it, but they combine effortlessly. It has pink pepper, peach, pear, rose, there's amber, vanilla, white floral, jasmine, caramel. It's everything. It's sweet, it's fruity, the rose is present, it's warm, the floral notes are present, the vanilla, the caramel, everything mixed together makes this fragrance a crowd favorite. This one I love to wear during the cooler months just because of how cozy it can get. The performance on this one as well is absolutely fantastic. Definitely way above average. Projection as well, you will get compliments with this fragrance. Because it's discontinued and I had to jump through hoops to get my hands on it, I'm very careful with how much of it I use. This is 1 year's worth of use. And I don't think I'm going to go down as fast as I've gone down already. So, but yeah, if you can get your hands on it, let me know where you got it so I can get a backup, and make sure you cherish it. I do believe you will love this fragrance. I do want to mention that it was the Amanda Marie. If you watch her on YouTube, she was the one that put me onto the Nina Ricci fragrance because she was talking about it, and I just had to go and find it. So if you're not following her channel, please do. She does amazing perfume videos. Next up is Afnan Parfum, and this is Ornament. This is another one that I was influenced by on TikTok. So many girls tried this fragrance, and I was really looking for a coconut fragrance that had some creamy vanilla to it that would make me drool. And this is one of those Middle Eastern Arab types of fragrances. It is linked on my Amazon storefront, so definitely check it out. I would say this is more of your floral fruity type of fragrance. There is coconut in this, but the coconut is not as prominent as I was hoping it would be, but it is there. There's some other fruits, some floral notes for vanilla, amber, so you do get a bit of warmth, sweetness. There's a bit of powderiness in there, and the vanilla is very present. I'll say I get more of the vanilla than I do the coconut, but it is a crowd pleaser. It's still a very beautiful fragrance. One thing I don't really like is the bottle. I just feel like it's big for nothing. Like the size, the design is just not considerate for what it is. But other than that, I mean, the fragrance itself is very, very pretty. I think I've got my cap the wrong way. Should be like that. The fragrance itself is pretty for what it is. The performance as well, it is long lasting, like you will find with most of the Arab scents. They are very long lasting, and the projection is really, really good. I love wearing this at night, and I love combining it with a coconut body spray that I got from Bath and Body Works called Copper Coconut Sand. So I like to combine that because that has more of a coconut feel, which is what I'm missing in this fragrance. But it's pretty inexpensive, and I think it's still inexpensive, so definitely check my Amazon storefront linked below. Last up, I've got Oud Touch by Frank Olivia. Now, this is marketed towards men. It's a very strong, powerful amber fragrance. The rose in here is very prominent. I can almost smell that. I can almost swear that I smell oud, but there is no oud marketed in this fragrance. It's a very spicy, very warm, very comforting type of fragrance, but it is very, very strong and very long lasting. It projects really, really well as well. This is a beast of a performance, and I personally enjoy it. All for part 2. Definitely subscribe to my channel so that you can watch part 3 when it's out. Check the links in the description box below as well. And I'll catch you in a future video. Remember, God doesn't like ugly. Be nice to someone today. Bye.